Coming out onto the open deck, I see a huge expanse of steel and a labyrinth of pipes of all sizes ranging from a few inches to a few feet in diameter. The deck of my ship covers an area of about 3.5 acres, all metal and exposed to the elements and corrosive salinity of the sea. Maintaining the mass of steel is an ongoing battle between the deck crew and the nature. Hundreds of man hours are spent every month on derusting the steelwork and coating it with protective paints. Add to this the task of lubricating every moving part of deck machinery, and one has a Herculean task on hand. A team of 8 men, led by the bosun, are on the toes throughout their tenure on board to keep the ship in immaculate condition at all times. They carry out this arduous task with the help of hand and power tools. Working on a rolling, pitching, heaving, and swaying deck is not for the faint hearted. They need to perform their work under the most exacting conditions, on an ever moving surface, and in extremes of temperatures. Navigation is the art of safely taking a ship from port to port across vast expanses of ocean. This skill has been practiced over millennia, but today's seafarers have the advantage of modern technology. With the advent of GPS, a ship's position is updated continuously and accurately. Despite this, I still practice the art of using the heavenly bodies to ascertain where I am located on this planet. Given a sextant, a chronometer, and a nautical almanac, I accurately determine my ship's position. In addition to the GPS, the navigator has an impressive array of navigational and communication equipment to help him in his task. My ship's bridge has radars, electronic chart display information systems, echo sounder for determining depth, equipment for receiving current weather maps and information, and a range of communication equipment, both radio and satellite based. My ship's bridge is manned by 3 navigating officers who work on 4 hours on an 8 hours of basis. There is an able-bodied seaman on the bridge in addition to the officer of watch, and this 2-man team is responsible for navigating the ship safely. There are many situations at sea that require additional manpower on the bridge. In conditions of intense weather, reduced visibility, high traffic density, and navigation through confined waters, the bridge watch level is raised. There are times when the bridge team comprises of 4 or even 5 persons to ensure the safe navigation of the ship. Through the night, when the ship's crew sleeps, the 2-man bridge team maintains a vigilant watch and ensures the safety of the ship, her cargo, and the crew. This is a task that is never taken lightly because the sea is a perilous and unforgiving environment. The bridge team is aware of the multiple hazards present at the sea and is highly motivated and well trained to deal with them.
can do at the same time.
What's the duty of shutting the ventilation?
The drills and the training sessions are conducted weekly or monthly as per drill schedules. The purpose of carrying out any kind of drill on the ships is to make the crew acquainted with various procedures to be followed during emergency situations. It is a way to make the ship personnel acquainted with the equipment and the methods that are to be used during a crisis situation. As I step out of the elevator into the engine control room, the throb of the ship's main engine greets me. This slow speed giant is designed to belt out a whopping 25,000 horsepower. For the current voyage is set to run at 72 revolutions per minute. The rhythm of the engine courses through the entire ship, quite like a pulse of a living creature. There is a cacophony of myriad sounds as the diesel generators compete with the multitude of motors, pumps, and other machinery that is in operation to keep the main engine running. The scale of things is truly awe-inspiring. The main engine extends from the lowermost platform to a height of over 45 feet or as high as 4-story building. Power always comes at a cost. To propel my ship with its million-plus barrels crude oil cargo at a speed of 25 kilometers per hour, The main engine guzzles a mind boggling 50,000 liters of fuel oil per day or over 200 liters per hour. I marvel at the advance in technology that makes it possible to keep this entire operation running without human intervention all night. The modern ship's engine room is fully automated and unmanned outside the normal working hours. This is the heart of the ship, and all it takes is 9 men to operate and maintain the plethora of machinery that powers the whole ship and provides all the comfort to its crew, besides serving the core purpose of transporting its cargo for commercial gain. Where there are people, there has to be food. The cook and his 2 catering boys work every day of the week to keep the crew well fed and the living areas ship shape. With 3 nationalities on board, there is a variety of food prepared to cater to their varied tastes. Add to this the washing of dishes, cleaning the galley and cold rooms, laundering the ship's linen, cleaning the living areas, managing garbage, and sundry tasks, and the catering staff has its hands full. The galley comes alive at 5 in the morning when the cooking hot plates are switched on. Being an oil tanker, there is no open flame cooking on board. Safety is paramount, and cooking whilst the ship rolls and pitches is fraught with danger. The cook has to requisition food and have adequate stocks to last for up to 3 months at a time.
Four units remaining. Will take.
High levels of hygiene must be maintained as the ship is subject to inspection by the health authorities at any port that she calls. Kudos to this dedicated team for this tireless effort. They do not even have a weekend off to break the monotony of their mundane routine.
YouTube,
Is it all work and no play on board? The answer is an emphatic no. There are multiple avenues for recreation on board, but the crew makes the best of it. There is large content of movies, TV series, and other entertaining programs available on board. Besides this, there is a well-stocked library of novels and magazines, and new ones are added from time to time. Weekend evenings are fun when the crew chills out with a can of beer and I can hear the sound of singing from the recreation room. A karaoke system brings out the hidden talent and there is hours of singing fun. Occasional parties liven up the atmosphere and there are few good musicians on board who can play the guitar and drums like professionals. With advent of satellite internet on board, the life of crew has undergone a sea change. Everyone is connected with the family and friends and it does a lot to dispel the loneliness at sea. Phone and video calls and receiving photos and videos from home are a great stress buster. There is a gym with weights, treadmill and a table tennis table available and evenings are a busy time in the gym. Seafarers like to keep fit and healthy and work out regularly. The ship has safely reached its destination and now starts the task of unloading her cargo. The process starts with a team of surveyors who measure the content of each tank with the ship's chief officer. Then an accurate quantity is ascertained after compensating for variations in the ship's trim and the temperature of the cargo. My ship has 3 huge cargo pumps driven by steam turbines, and each can pump out up to 4 million liters per hour. The combined pumping capacity of the 3 pumps is a stupendous 12 million liters an hour. We have the capability to discharge the ship's entire cargo of about 160 million liters in close to 24 hours.
But your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do. And you're riding 16 hours, there's nothing much to do. You don't feel much like riding, wish the trip was through. Here I am on the road again. Here I am upon the streets. There I go, playing the star again. Here I go, turn the page.
Hope you liked the video. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for similar content in the future. And do share this video as much as possible, especially my seafarers community, to create an awareness. So till then, cheers, bye bye, have a smooth sailing, adios.